Hello, my name is Lakia McCline, and I had the opportunity to work for the Harris County District Attorney's Office, Felony Court 228.
My name is Daniel De Luna, and I was working with Disability Rights Texas Community Integration and Healthcare Issue Team.
Hi, my name is Serge Khan Saleja, and I have the opportunity to work for the Chief Bankruptcy Judge, Judge David Jones.
So why don't you tell me what you all had an opportunity to do in your externship placements?
So, working for the Harris County District Attorney's Office, I was like the footwork. I did all of the phone calls to all of the victims. I subpoenaed medical records. Anything that we needed to help prosecute our case, I was a person who had to reach out and get that information.
Mr. De Luna, what did you do in your placement?
I followed up with clients with their initial interviews after their intakes, also with follow-up interviews after their administrative hearings were done or any technical assistance that my supervisor and I were able to provide, as well as request medical records, communicate with case managers in the Department of Age and Disability Services, and also any other attorneys associated with any of the clients who were helping out.
I got an opportunity to observe court, learn litigation tactics, and from the judge, also take his evidence class one time a week with experienced attorneys, and I have the opportunity to research and write to assist in the writing of opinions from the court.
What was the most memorable thing that you can think of that you experienced at your externship placement?
I would have to say being able to be in court every day and see how the defense attorneys as well as the prosecutors work together, being able to see the judge act fairly with the defendants in every case. I have had the opportunity to gain a lot of experience of what to expect when I step out of Thurgood Marshall School of Law as an attorney.
Is that what you plan to do when you graduate?
Yes.
You plan to prosecute cases?
Yes.
Fantastic. What was one of the things that you did that really made your experience?
Being able to see some of the settlement that happened on behalf of the state. I was able to see a girl who was struggling with her wheelchair and who had several incidents of falling and hurting herself, and at the end the state settled. She was able to get her standing powered electric wheelchair, and she was able to run and play with her twin sister and her brother. When they visited the office, it was a very humbling experience.
And what was something that you did while in your placement that really made that placement valuable to you?
To me, it's very important I want to be a litigation attorney. That is the heart and soul of what I wanted to practice when I graduated from law school. So being able to understand and learn from an experienced and well-reputed judge who used to be a very reputed litigator in private practice, getting the tactics and understanding the strategy behind every single action an attorney takes in court, and being able to now tell the difference between different styles of different attorneys and being able to pick my own style was a great advantage, I believe.
So why the externship program? Why did you choose, of all of the classes that you could have chosen, why did you choose to spend 6 hours in an externship class?
Being able to work with Professor Ledesma is a great opportunity, as well as being able to put your foot out there and gain credit for it as well. Working was already something that I planned on doing anyway, and why not make a networking situation out of it by being able to work with the professor at the school as well as work with the district attorney's office, because you never know who they may know.
I had always heard very wonderful things about Professor Ledesma, but I had never had her for class. And when I found out that she was the director of the externship program and that I would have an opportunity to be able to have experiential learning through her coordination, I went ahead and decided to be the best in my interest, especially because I was able to see administrative law. And here at TMSL, that's not a course that's currently offered yet, and it's very unique than any other course that we have learned here so far.
For me, I got experiential experience first through competitions, through mock trial and moot court with Professor Ledesma. Being able to reach out and learn how real practice of law is so different from the academic side of law made a huge difference as to why I chose to join the externship program. And that was the biggest motivator, being able to reach out, make connections, learn the real aspect of law, is something you just can't learn in law school.
And so let me ask you this, because I heard you say that you were going to be a litigator, and getting that trial experience at the DA's office is directly related to being a litigator. Do you believe that you learned anything from your placement at the DA's office that's going to help you be a better litigator?
I feel like I've learned a lot. You don't learn how to do that in law school, and so actually being able to be there and be in the midst and the action of everything. In your 3.0 year, you're able to have a 3.0 bar card. So at the DA's office, they encourage you to take pleas and try to get trials and to show up and attend everything. So it gives you the opportunity to see simple things as in voir dires. I've had the opportunity to see a voir dire in a capital murder. I've never seen one of those before, and it's completely different from a regular voir dire that you hear talked about in school. So it has really been very helpful because I know little things that you have to learn when you get out, and I have the upper hand of being able to know how to do some of those things now.
Excellent. Mr. De Luna, your placement was a administrative law placement, correct?
Yes, Professor.
Now, do you plan to practice administrative law upon passing the bar?
Yes, I have an interest in criminal law and health law, and a predominant portion of health law is administrative law. And it was very beneficial because I was able to see how with that you're not only dealing with administrative code, you're also dealing with human resources code, and you're predominantly dealing with policies and contracts and property issues because of the entitlement programs based with the clientele that I was predominantly seeing. And that was something that I do not know of many others who have had that opportunity to be able to do so. And thankfully, through the Externship program and Disability Rights Texas, I got to experience that firsthand as well as participate in administrative hearings.
Now, you took it from a different perspective because you plan to litigate, but you are a judicial extern. So why did you think, explain to other students who are trying to decide where they want to be placed, why did you think that strategically the best thing was to be a judicial extern even though you plan to litigate once you pass the bar?
What better thing to know than how a judge thinks? You can learn the transactional side through research and writing, while at the same time getting the litigation experience and have the benefit of learning how a judge thinks. And there's nothing better than that. There's nothing more advantageous than that.
If you had a 1L or a 2L who is sitting before you now or who's watching this video vignette, and you had the opportunity to tell them why they should take the externship before they graduated from law school, what would be one piece of advice that you would give them?
I would have to say step out on a limb. I never thought that I wanted to be a prosecutor before going to work at the Harris County District Attorney's Office, but being able to see different things, I believe now that I am sure of what I want to do after I graduate law school. And that's what the externship opportunity is about. You know, you intern and extern, so you get to have different experience so you can figure out what it is that you want to do.
Excellent, excellent.
And as well as going out on a limb, pursue whatever you're curious about. I had no idea that health law was so tied in with administrative law and what that entailed. And thankfully, through that curiosity, the Externship program allowed me the opportunity to fully explore that and let me make the decision whether that's something I want to pursue or not, and maybe lend itself to other opportunities as well.
I would say try to make your experiences as diverse as possible. All of your summer internships should be different from the others in order to find out what you truly like, and the externship program is another way to find out and reach out to places where you're unable to do by yourself, and that is a beauty in and of itself.
In closing, anybody have any last remarks?
Working at the district attorney's office is very, very, very beneficial. As a 3L, when we went to orientation, the first thing they said is make sure you get your student bar card. If you're placed in misdemeanor, you have the opportunity to take on trials by yourself and actually work those trials. You are able to see so much, to understand everything that occurs in the court system, how the judge thinks. I've seen the judge, be very strict to a certain person because of his criminal history, whereas he's also giving people second chances because of their criminal history as well. So just being able to see the connections, even with speaking to the CLO or anybody in the courthouse, people that you have to interact with daily, you see firsthand how other attorneys interact and what you should do and what you shouldn't do when you come into the courthouse.
Excellent.
And normally your 1 year, they encourage you not to work to make sure that you're able to get the best bang for your buck your 1 year. And part of the externship program, the school actually makes time for you to go and get work. So you get that experience and you have more to add to your resume, and you also learn a little more about yourself throughout the process.
It'll help you become a better attorney by knowing what not to do and what to do. And that is the best thing you can do when you get out of law school.
Excellent. Thank you so much for sharing your afternoon with me, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.